The roles which a manager undertakes can be categorized into three categories for decision, interpersonal, and informational. At the end of this topic, you should be able to explain the key activities for the decisional roles, interpersonal roles, and informational roles for the manager. Managers are working leaders with broad responsibilities. They focus on relationships with other people and on achieving results. Some of the many aspects that they get involved are making decisions, provide instructions, and work orders. Wait for others to deliver and perform necessary analysis and evaluation of the outcomes. They involve on-ground tasks, do hard work themselves, engage on issues, solve problems, and produce value outcomes. The question that needs to be reflected is, how do managers allocate their time? What do they actually do? A classic study of executives found that they spend their time engaging in 10 key activities or roles, which could be clustered into three categories: decision, interpersonal, and informational. Under the decisional roles cluster, there are four roles which are identified, namely entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator, and negotiator. A manager needs to take on the role entrepreneur, as there is a need to decide which new projects or programs to initiate and to invest resources in. In the role of disturbance handler, a manager needs to manage an unexpected event or crisis. As a resource allocator, decision in assigning resources between functions and divisions, setting the budgets of lower managers, is expected of the manager. The final role under this category is a negotiator, where managers are required to reach agreements between the other managers, unions, customers, or shareholders. Under the interpersonal roles cluster, there are three roles which are identified, namely figurehead, leader, and liaison. Managers need to perform the role of a figurehead in symbolizing the organization's mission and what it is seeking to achieve. Next, as a leader, a manager needs to train, counsel, and mentor to achieve high employee performance and deliverables. The final role under this cluster of interpersonal roles is being a liaison, where a manager needs to link and coordinate the activities of people and groups both inside and outside the organization. Under the informational roles cluster, there are three roles which are identified, namely monitor, disseminator, and spokesperson. Managers need to perform the role of a monitor in analyzing information from both the internal and external environment. Next, as a disseminator, a manager needs to transmit information to influence the attitudes and behaviors of employees. The final role under this cluster of informational roles has been a spokesperson, where a manager uses information to positively influence the people inside and outside of the organization.